Good morning. Well, I have to say there are some very emotional scenes of people emerging from Westminster Hall, some looking a little bleary-eyed because of course many of people have had to stay up all night, but many people very emotional by the scenes that they've seen in Westminster Hall as people came and wanted to pay tribute to our late Queen. And I'm joined by James Clifford, who's one of the people who was here queuing overnight. James, thank you for joining us, and just explain to us what it was like when you were in Westminster Hall.
It's very difficult to explain. You've never ever witnessed anything like that before. You're trying to collect your thoughts. You're taking in the scene in front of you, which is just one of just absolute tradition going back hundreds, probably, well, at least hundreds of years. But it's quite awe-inspiring as well to be there in the presence of a now departed sovereign and have the opportunity to pay your last respects. It's very difficult to put that kind of experience into words.
And I've noticed a lot of former soldiers and current soldiers have come. I can see you're very much decorated from your service. Was that a part of why it was so important to you to come and pay tribute?
Yes and no. I took the oath of allegiance 30 years ago. My father served the Queen, and his father's father served the King. So there's a strong army tradition. Yes, it's our sovereign, our monarch. So there was a part of that, but it was also representing my father, who couldn't be here today, who stood 70 years ago as a Boy Scout, I think, down on there for the coronation. And it's also being here for my little girl, and my little girl Mia, who a couple of months ago said she wanted to see the Queen on a Jubilee, and that little girl packed a rucksack and a sleeping bag and slept on the mare with me for 16 hours to see the Queen. And it's that kind of memory that you want to cherish and take back, so there's a continuity. Because hopefully next year when King Charles III is coronated, she'll want to come up and see the coronation. So it's that kind of inspiration and continuity I think is absolutely so important.
And do you think in some ways we're so used to in 21st century life, I guess, that there's this instant gratification that you get things so quickly on our phones, but there has been something about this that everyone's had to queue. It's taken a long time. It's not been easy, but it's been important for people.
I think you're right. Everything is instant gratification. This is not. You've got to put some hard yards in if this is what you want to do. If you want to come and pay your final respects. We're lucky to live near the capital. There's millions that won't have the opportunity to do it. But I think anything, if you want to be a part of history or touch history, you have to. It's not. You can't just get it on social media. And as I just referenced, a little girl 9 years old a couple of months ago came up here and slept on the pavement to see the Queen. That's what it takes. It takes some hard work to have that kind of experience. And those experiences, what's happened today, I'll take away with me for the rest of my life, and my little girl will do the same from the Jubilee.
Well, look, James, thank you so much for speaking to us. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you so much for your service. We so appreciate it. James Clifford there, a former soldier, speaking to me there. And I think that gives an indication there that for many people who've been involved with this is a moment in history. I know that's something we have said so many times on this programme, but I think it can't be overstated enough that for many people who are here, who've been queuing overnight to pay their respects, they are fully aware of what the importance this is within British history.